Let's do this A minor. Let's mess with it. Next one. Ooh, we mess with it. Hello musicians, thank you so much for checking out this video. So today we are continuing with our Greek mode series. So if you haven't seen the rest of the series, I'm going to put a card up around here somewhere that you can click and watch the rest of them. But this video is focused on the Mixolydian mode. So let's not waste any time, let's get started. So what is the Mixolydian mode? It is the fifth mode of the major scale. So let's say we were in C, but we went to the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and played the C major scale starting on the 5th, which would be G. So I'm gonna come down here. So it almost sounds major except for one note. That note. All right, so if we did our analysis on it, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, right? And that flat 7, because that flat 7, you know, this chord is used often, or this mode is used often when you're playing dominant sounding, because it's major, has the major third and the flat 7. And so that sets up to be a dominant sounding thing, right? So two ways to get to this mode. One, you can think major scale, a fifth mode down, a fifth down, excuse me, and just play that major scale, so starting on G. Or you can think major scale, flat at 7. All right. So what makes up the Mixolydian sound? Like what are some key features of the sound? Well, as I mentioned before, one of the ways to find the interesting notes is to find the half steps. So let's look at the scale and see where we find half steps. So we have G, A, B, C. We have a half step here. So we basically have the major third and the 4 together. And we have a half step here between the 6 and the flat at 7. So when I'm playing voices in general, to create the Mixolydian mode, I'm definitely thinking about the 3, the 4, and the 7 especially. So voicings like this, or like this more. There we go. So when I think about the Mixolydian sound, I'm most often thinking about voicings that have the 3rd and 4th present, as well as the flat at 7. So that's one of my favorite chords to play. One of my favorites. All right. So if you've seen any of the other videos in this series, we go through and find the voicings that are associated with that mode. And so we're going to do the same thing here. So for Mixolydian, we're going to start with our 4-note chords. Normally I would start with triads, but at the same time, I'm going to start with 4-note chords. So we're going to go up the scale, 4-note chords. So we have this G7, right? A minor, B half diminished, C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7. We're back to our root here. And now one of the ways I like to do is try to find all the other variations of it. So I'm going to move the 3rd down and up. So nice sound. Nice sound. Let's go next one. And I'll put this all over G so you can hear it. That's interesting. Next one. So, damn. Next one. That's beautiful. Next one. Next one. definitely use that sound a lot. Yeah, so there's a number in there that I really, really like. This is one. Oh no, let's see what it was. This sound is nice. We use that often. This sound right here is fantastic. Okay, all right. So the Mixolydian sound really lends itself to a dominant setting. So what I want to do is I want to demonstrate some different Mixolydian voicings, but I'm going to use just a simple 2-5-1 pattern, maybe 2-5-1-6. So I've been using G Mixolydian. So I'm gonna do a 2-5-1 where I have a G as a dominant. So I do a 2, D minor, then I do this G7. Oh, so G, I'll do Mixolydian here, and then we'll go to C, and then maybe I'll go to A, like a dominant A, lead me back in a D minor. Okay, so let's see what happens. So let's try different ones from the scale. Start with the root. Let's do that one again, but let's adjust it. Let's make it sus2. Let's move on to the next one. Do this A minor. Let's mess with it. Next one. Ooh, we mess with it. Let's keep moving up. So we're going to do start on C. Do that one again. It's beautiful. Let's keep moving. Keep going. So I hope you're getting a sense of how these Mixolydian voicings can be used. And we just gave a surface cursory glance through it, so we can definitely dive a lot deeper into it. So definitely check that out. Lastly, if you're a musician and you are struggling to grow, you're frustrated, you're not sure what's next, I would love to sit down and talk with you and see how I can help you. So if that's you, there's a link in the description box. Click that link and set up a free 15-minute video call with me where I'll talk with you, ask you some questions, and see how I can help you. So if you want to see the rest of the Greek mode series, click here. But if you want to see a really, really interesting video, click over here. All right, so until the next one, be blessed and happy practicing.